What are you doing over there, Max?
Stuff.
Well, we've got stuff to do here as well. Welcome to the show. All right, just getting over a cold. Can you guys hear that? The resonance of the cold that gives me this voice that commands. Go to our website and look at it.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Sunday, Monster Truck Mayhem. The Skull Crusher versus the Digger of Graveheads.
That's so awesome.
Fire, fire Sunday, fire men in spandex.
The thing now is that you can really hear the croupiness in your laugh.
Yeah. Yes. All right, let's just do some speed news segments, shall we? Now, Microsoft Windows 8, the bundled version of Internet Explorer, they're going to be dropping Flash for any website that's not on their whitelist. So if you're on our website and you're using, you know what? Never mind. None of our users. It's like 1.3% of our users use Internet Explorer. So I'm sorry about peeking the mic, but this is me applauding for you guys because your heads are not up your asses, and that's good.
Well, it's only Metro.
Yeah.
And so this is actually, like, they did say that we're not going to do Flash at all in Metro. And now we're going to do Flash on whitelisted sites in Metro.
How do you get whitelisted? I mean,
you put a thing in your... Well, no, you have to ask Microsoft. Microsoft has to put you on a list.
I won't do it.
Yeah.
No, I won't do it. Indiegogo, check this out. There's a thing called No Photo. You know when you're driving around and there's all those cameras mounted everywhere, and they take a picture of your license plate as you're driving through. Just, minding your business. So let's say you were speeding. They'll take a picture and send you a ticket. Let's say you ran a red light. They'll take a picture and send you a ticket. They'll also take pictures just randomly, like when you're going through, like in toll booths and that sort of thing. So they can always tell where you are. Well, these guys have something that counteracts the flash. Let me show you what it looks like. Oh, that's not where I want to show you. Right? Oh, come on. Just show it. Right there. Yeah, that's what they're going to get. I really want one of these. I think it's going to be a little bit too expensive, though. But we shall see. Those look really cool. And that's on Indiegogo called No Photo. All right, so I'm just going to recommend this and then move on over on Tech Central. There's an interview with Steve Wozniak in which Steve Wozniak said that Apple got arrogant, and then it goes on from there. But I'll recommend this. It's a good podcast. You guys should listen to it. Moving on. Were you guys aware that a company that's affiliated with Bain owns the voting machines for the 2012 election?
Yeah, that's kind of horrifying.
Yep, moving on. That's going to be perfectly balanced and fair. Yeah. So, Facebook. They're having a lot of trouble right now. I mean, their stock is just like, nobody wants Facebook. Do you want to buy Facebook stock?
No, I would like to short Facebook stock.
We should short the hell out of it. Why didn't we short it? Why didn't we short it? We wouldn't be here. We'd be in someplace else. I don't know. Anyway, they're adding a want button and a collect button. Now, this is so you can, get closer to the companies you love, like Victoria's Secret, Pottery Barn, and all that kind of stuff, It's basically like you in the mall, happily ever after. Now, you want these things, right? You see them on their website, and you want them, like you want that chair. I want that brassiere from, that's what I want, personally. I want that brassiere from Victoria's Secret so I can stir around the office and drop my handkerchief.
This is not a new thing, either. I mean, they've been talking about this for over a year.
Yeah. Well, it's just another way for them to collect data and also harass you with ads, but it's kind of interesting. They've resorted to a want button. This is a picture of the Apple Store in China. There you go. Just going to leave that up there for a second. That's an actual, real Apple Store, not one selling fake merchandise in China. Real live Apple Store, yeah. There it is, iPhone 5. Moving along here. Talking about the Internet Explorer. Why have we been talking about Internet Explorer so much? I mean, no one really cares about it. Oh, yeah. Last week we talked about all of the ad nonsense that's going on. Microsoft, by default, has turned on the no follow, so that I guess all the ad people are, they get a notification that they're not supposed to track what you're doing on the internet. But last week they were all outraged. This week they're like, wait a minute. We don't have to listen to Microsoft. We're going to follow people anyway, even if they put a check mark on the box that says do not follow. So here's what they say. They say the DAA does not require companies to honor DNT signals fixed by the browser manufacturers and set by them in browsers. So they're just going to totally ignore that. It doesn't matter what you guys say. If you say do not follow, they're still following you.
Yeah, it turns out they never cared. I mean, it's always
Why were they outraged then? I mean,
the whole Evercookie thing, they're already tracking you even when you don't want them to.
Yeah. Anyway, just thought you guys should know that they're going to track you no matter what. Speaking of tracking you, in Texas, there's, the school group in Texas, or the school in Texas, they've started giving the kids ID badges with microchips that they have to have on them at all times so they can track them. Now, that's a little weird, number one. Number two, if the kids that do not carry these cards, they've been denied access to the library, they've been denied access from school functions, they've been punished. So I want to know how you guys feel about that. Should the schools be allowed to track these kids? Should they be forced to carry these, chipped cards around? I don't know. What do you think about this, Wendell?
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. They're going to say, this is for the safety of the children, and then they're going to be like, okay, everybody has to have one. And then when everybody has one, they're going to stop thinking about it. And then some, child predator is going to get in there and kill like 7 kids, and it's going to be like, well, we had the RFID. It's nobody's fault. Honestly.
That's probably right, actually. Have you seen the time, by chance?
It's Rant 30.
It is Rant 30, indeed. PETA. They've been making video games. So let's just talk about what they've done here. They've been vilified. They vilified Mario. They vilified several other characters. And now they're vilifying Pokemon. Because, you got to catch all the Pokemons. So now the Pokemons are getting back at the trainers. Now, first off, we're going to talk about what PETA is doing here. They're using these video games, and they're trying to make you guys feel guilty for playing Pokemon and Mario because he had the Tanuki suit on, and that looked like a fur. It is absolutely absurd, and I'm not sure who's donating to these bozos, but your money is going to fund stupid games like this. Let's just go ahead and take a look at this game here. Yes. I'm playing this. Oh, yeah. This is just, it's silly, really? You really want people to feel guilty for playing this? What is the point? I mean, besides the fact that I'm raising awareness for what you're doing, you morons. Yeah.
I really just don't understand this at all. I mean, I don't even, blood's going to start shooting out of my nose if I keep thinking about it.
Okay. Wow. That was amazing. Anyway, that's that game. And here's Mario Kills Tanuki. Have you seen this one? Alright, so I'm playing Tanuki. I'm a Tanuki, and I have no skin. And I have to chase Mario because he's wearing my skin. If you play Mario 3, you're a bad person and you hate animals.
Yeah,
you hate them.
I'm pretty sure that the Tanuki sheds naturally. Like, it's like a snake. It just leaves its skin laying around.
Even then, it's Mario Brothers. I mean, do you think any one person played Mario Brothers and, they put on the Tanuki suit and they like, you know what? I love this Tanuki suit. I need to go skin animals so I can have my own Tanuki suit. Max, did you skin animals? Did you skin a Tanuki?
Possibly.
I know you did.
Possibly.
The blood is on your hands, sir.
I like meat.
I have a theory. And see, the politicians who tend to be very anti-gay are themselves gay. So maybe this group is from people who have these, sociopathic tendencies toward animals.
You know what? That's exactly where I was going with this. Here's another little thing they created. They created this thing called Your Mommy Kills Animals. Let me just talk about how many freaking animals PETA kills. PETA kills 95% of the animals that they adopt. Thousands of puppies and cute kittens. Your Manx, do you love your Manx? PETA will kill that thing if they get their hands on it. And here's the other thing that a lot of people don't understand. PETA does not believe in house pets. They do not think that pets should be owned. They think that they should run free. Do you think your little Welsh Corgi would be happier out on the streets of New York City? Or do you think he'd be happier on your 17th Street penthouse apartment? What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, it turns out that these animals are domesticated, which
Yep.
is an actual, biological process, and they wouldn't survive 30 seconds in the wild.
So PETA has too many animals, and they donated 5% of their 4% of their animals have been donated. 95.9% of the pets that could have been adopted were killed.
Yeah, their percentage for adoption rate is actually much worse than animal shelters, which is really the point. They're so bad at finding homes for animals that your standard issue animal shelter is better.
Right.
By a lot.
It truly is. And they call themselves, people for the ethical treatment of animals. It's complete hypocrisy. They want you to feel guilty for eating an animal or killing an animal. And I don't care if you're a vegetarian or a meatitarian. And we're not here to talk about that, you carnivore. We're here to talk about the hypocrisy in PETA, and we're talking about this mainly because they're entering our field, the electronics field and the video game field, and harassing us with this nonsense. PETA needs to go the hell away immediately. There's a bunch of articles here. I'm going to link to them just so you can read exactly how absurd PETA is. And they've also got that porn site, you know.
Oh yeah.
It's not animal porn, you know. They don't love animals that much. Oh well. Maybe it's like that Japanese animal porn where they kill animals in the porn. That's terrible. I'm sure they would like that. Yeah. Anyway, that's Rant 30 for this week. I kind of went off on PETA. If one more of my, like, hippie model friends yells at me for, like, hating PETA, it's just going to be an uppercut. Like, yeah, you can! Be a show you can right there in the head, Max.
We're allowed to eat uncute animals. Cute animals are off limits.
I got in a huge argument about that. The girl was eating fish, and I was like, she kept saying fish are food, and I was like, well, what about cows? Cows are cute. My head exploded. That got better, though. The union has gotten together a lot of these companies, and they're going to talk about patent reform. They've got Microsoft, Apple, Google, and Samsung together, as well as many others, and they're going to sit down and talk about the broken patent system and see what they can do to fix it. I'm sort of cautiously optimistic because Apple's in the room, and they tend to be the baby who's like, my toys, and someone else is like, well, that's my toy. No, mine now. Mine. And you're like, but no, Apple, you can't have the fire engine. That belongs to Billy. But I want the fire engine. I saw it. It's mine. So I'm afraid that might happen, but we'll see what happens. Who knows? I think Samsung and Google are going to be the most reasonable. Microsoft is in a position right now where they're kind of like, well, you know, Apple's kind of cool with their whole, like, closed garden thing. Maybe we could have a closed garden, too. And Google's like, no walls in our garden. And Samsung is like, you know, we work with everybody. We make all the parts that go into just about everything you guys use, so shut the hell up.
I couldn't find it on the patent website, but I think someone had said that Apple had patented the pull-down notifications, which was totally on Android way before iOS 5 or 6.
It doesn't matter who invents it. It's who patents it first. All these patent trolls out there. You can go out there and look on the internet and be like, this is interesting. You know what? I'm going to patent text on a web page. And then they sue everyone with text on a web page. That's what's going on right now in the world.
Oh, and one of their lawyers actually argued that the Apple patent on slide to unlock, that a tap was a zero-length
Was that
slide.
Motorola, right?
Yeah. And it's like, honest to God, Apple. Really, honest to God.
Oh, that's wonderful. Moving along then. What's this about? So, a few weeks ago, we talked about the ridiculous BitTorrent cases, and here's what was happening. These porn companies were suing people. They would basically subpoena the ISPs and get everyone who had BitTorrent traffic, and they would sue like all of them, saying like, you've been downloading our pornography. And they can't prove it, but the whole thing is that these poor people would get, like, you know, a notification that they were being sued by a porn company for downloading porn, and the company would call and be like, listen, you just give us $2,000 and we'll settle outside of court and this will go away. And a lot of people were giving them the money. So it went to court, and finally a judge has stood up, and this may be the end of this, because the judge has essentially told the porn company involved, let's see what the name of the porn company is here, probably based in Florida, I bet. I can't find the name of the porn company. It was right here just a second ago. Anyway, he essentially told him to put up or shut up. He said exactly what we've been saying for weeks, that an IP address does not constitute an individual, and you can't just go grab anyone who looks like they may have BitTorrent traffic and sue them. That's ridiculous. So he told them to prove it or get the hell out, essentially. And now it's on them to prove it. And if more people stand up to him and actually go to trial, maybe more things like this would happen. But that's just a really good thing. I mean, if this happens and sets a precedent, maybe this stuff would just completely stop. And this could also make it difficult for other companies outside of like the porn industry who want to sue people because they see, you know, like BitTorrent traffic, like people, music companies especially, that may make it more difficult for them to sue people.
I doubt this will actually, like, my pessimistic view of this is that it's going to be a situation where it turns out the other way. It's like, oh, you are responsible for your internet connection. It's like, doesn't matter if someone stole your connection, you are responsible for it.
Right.
And it's really hard. I mean,
well, that was one case that happened, yeah.
If you get down to it, it's really hard to totally secure something that's wireless. I mean, if somebody is like one of your neighbors, they could totally crack the, you know, and there are tools. I just don't see it ending well.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see what happens on that. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen there. All right, science time. Not many science articles this week, but this one is pretty ridiculous. The European Commission has approved the construction of these gigantic lasers, 3 ginormous lasers. And there's also a 4th that they're going to build. The 4th laser, the power output, 200 petawatts. 200 petawatts. That's more energy than we receive from the sun. That's more energy than our civilization has ever used.
Well, the trick there is that the laser is only on for like a picosecond.
Right, but it could. I mean, it's on for a picosecond, right? And it's like as powerful as the sun almost. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And during this picosecond, they're going to be able to produce all sorts of quantum weirdness. You never know what's going to happen. So
it may punch through the fabric of space-time.
That's what they're saying. It could rupture space-time, and that would, I don't know, who knows what would happen. A resonance cascade. Gordon, help, Gordon! No. Yeah. Head crabs. I'm not afraid of head crabs. We got crowbars in like every room in this building, waiting for this laser. Mm-hmm.
This is not going to end well.
Well. Depends. I don't mind. Have a little commune here. You guys come on down. Onlive. I'm talking about games now.
I'm sorry. I can't help but laugh.
Soon to be known as On Dead. Onlive has been sold for around $5 million. You know, at one point in time, it was appraised at almost $1 billion, or maybe more, 1.8 billion.
Yeah. It's like, what we're going to do, I've got this idea. What we're going to do is offer games to people on the internet
for free. Just let them know. Well, they had to pay for them, of course, but
they're not going to have the games.
The infrastructure. That's what they didn't take into account. The fact that everybody in the sticks has got DSL. They're not going to be able to stream. And then suppose a new game comes out like Borderlands, and 100 million people get on at the exact same time wanting to play the exact same game. But their servers cannot handle it. I said this on day 1 when the article broke, way back before this was in beta, before it was even available to the public. The article broke, and I said, okay, their servers are never going to be able to handle this in this day and age, and no one's going to have the bandwidth to do this, and it's going to flop. And they got really big, and there's commercials everywhere, and people were freaking out, and then people were praising them, and like good articles on The Verge, et cetera, and no one seemed to want to talk about the fact that they were just still sucking money from venture capitalists and not really making that much money themselves. And so now we see that they've been sold to a small group of venture capitalists for $5 million. So this is interesting. The Windows 8 Marketplace will not carry PEGI 18 games. No mature games. I mean, let's talk about this for just a second, because a lot of the games that we play, I mean, are PEGI 18. Half-Life it's mature. There's blood. There's people's heads, blowing up, stuff like that. You name a game, Metro 2033, Battlefield 3, Crisis, all these are PEGI 18 games. Well, the reason I wanted to bring this up is that a lot of people are saying, like, who cares? I'm just going to use Steam anyway. The reason I wanted to bring this up is because Microsoft, that's an extraordinarily stupid move, and it comes after several other extraordinarily stupid moves. They are forcibly cutting themselves out of a marketplace.
I don't want to compete with Xbox.
Exactly. They don't want to compete with Xbox, but they're not even thinking about Steam. It's like Steam is like got their fridge open and just like, yeah, guys, this is great, just eating everything, right? And Microsoft is in the other room going, I'm hungry, but where's all my food? And Steam's walking out, hey, guys, thanks for all the food. That's the analogy I just came up with. That's ridiculous. But yeah, that's what's happening right now.
Microsoft needs to learn what their customers want and then sort of do it.
Yeah, maybe they should ask them instead of trying to tell them. This is how I feel when I walk into my friend's house and see that they have an Xbox on the shelf. See, that's me right there. But one last thing. Any fans of the Wing Commander series out there? Maybe 2 people that are old enough to remember Wing Commander. Well, the creators of Wing Commander are working on Star Citizen. It's a new open-world space sim, and it looks pretty cool. So I'm going to play a little bit of this trailer, and then we can talk about this afterwards. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll cut past all the words. There's words everywhere. Words. Made for the PC. I love that. Oh, how about that? The game talks about itself in first person. That's beautiful. Rendered in the engine, real time. Yep. Anyway, I want to stop this so I don't get any takedown notices or anything like that, like we always do. It's unbelievable. Oh, speaking of takedown notices, the meat of the video is over. Let's talk about some Tech Syndicate business. We moved to a new server. It's extremely fast. Like 40 people are joining a day right now, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
I mean, we're not like
yay.
We're not like IGN or anything like that, but we don't suck like IGN or anything like that either. So let me talk about one thing, guys. We've had some people call like marketing people who want to give us money but I'm like, I'm not going to let you on my website so you can rape all the people. I mean, like, monsters just going to... That's what I feel like. I feel like it's like I'm turning monsters loose and they're just going to rape everybody. So I wanted to put a few things by you guys. I've seen some contracts. Some of them are like they want to sponsor us. I'm not going to take sponsorship from, like companies that are not going to be, coincide with the interests of us and the audience at all.
Community first, commercialization second.
Exactly. Has anybody out there used TNG? They're like another ad service that you can use on YouTube, and they do video games. So they really, specifically focus on people who do gaming content. I've been talking to them. They've got some interesting things going on. So if anyone's used them, let me know what you think. I don't think it would be bad for the community at all. So that's a way to go. And as far as sponsorship goes, let me know what you guys think. I mean, what would be too much? We're not going to sell out at all. At all. I don't care how much money they give us. They give $1 million to drink Red Bull every 5 seconds. Go screw yourself. No, not going to happen. I don't care.
Thanks for not using ad block.
Yeah, and on the website, thank you guys so much for not using ad block. And, sorry about the commercials in here, but this is what we're doing. We're providing a service, and yeah, it's all about you guys. Anyway, emails, inbox at techsyndicate.com. You can put stuff in the comments here, or I'd rather you put them on the website. And go ahead and try out the comment system now on the website. It is like instantaneous. It is ridiculous. Where's our server located?
Seattle.
You know the specs? Because people have been asking me the specs. Like, somebody emailed me, like, dude, I love server specs. What do you got?
It's a dual quad Xeon something. It's like the new 1270 or whatever. It's the 3.6 gigahertz. And we've got 16 gigs of RAM.
Only 16?
Yeah.
It seems to be doing well with that. If we need more, we can always add 30, up to 32 or whatever, 64.
Yeah, we can put a lot more stuff in it if we need to. But the new server is optimized for... It's optimized based on the data that we've gathered for the last 3 or 6 months and the usage patterns of the users.
Right. And we've thrown around some other ways to, monetize the website so that we can eat and still be able to have time to bring you content and maybe even hire a few extra people to help get some upgrades around here. I mean, Max is over here. Max is over here. There's Max. He's over there editing right now. I'm slaving him. He'll be in the next episode of The Tech.
More videos faster.
Yes, God. Working on a 7970 video. So, yeah. And the chip in. Thanks a lot for everything you guys have given. And, yeah, that's it. It's our meta segment at the end there.
And the album.
And the album. Zweihander. Thank you guys so much.
Yep. Oh, well, wait. Should we ask about memberships?
Yeah, let's ask about this. We're thinking about doing this thing, guys, where we have like a membership on the website, and you don't really get much for it. Maybe I'll do like one extra video a month for you where I wear a smoking jacket and say a bunch of ridiculous things, but we're thinking about doing like a membership, and maybe 1 or 2 different levels. Like you can buy us a coffee every month, or you can buy us a beer every month. The coffee will be like $3, the beer will be like $6. And that'll be a monthly thing, and it'll come out of your pocket. You won't get any ads on the website, and instead of the ads, we'll replace them with some ridiculous pictures, either meme pictures or pictures of me doing ridiculous things.
Think like Logan in a smoking jacket.
Yeah. Put that up there. I don't know if I want to do that, but I hate pictures of myself.
Too bad.
Yeah, whatever. If they want it. But would you guys do something like that to remove the ads? And maybe we can even do like a separate version of the YouTube video and send it to you guys with no ads? That's an option. We could do like something like that.
Yeah, members may get special content and or, Google Hangouts and or Skype and or whatever.
Yeah, I don't want to give them too much special stuff. I want them to be kind of the same, but I want them to know that they are giving back to the website. You'll get a little badge on your website that say I contribute to Tech Syndicate, but you're not going to get that much special stuff. I don't want you to think that you're like going to be entitled to like tons of custom articles and separate videos, because you're going to be a regular member, but you're going to be a regular member who has a little extra cash flow and wants to help out what we're doing here, because we're doing something serious and we appreciate your support. So
although
that's it.
I'm pretty sure if any members wanted to write us a check for like 10 grand, Logan would totally come hang out with you for the weekend.
Yeah, I'll be right now. Be there right now. We'll go hiking and
We'd probably honestly do it for free beer.
Yeah, free beer and a plane ticket, and we'll sit around and eat bananas and make eye contact. Do not ever eat a banana and make eye contact. Seriously, it's like the most awkward thing ever. You're like, don't do it. Just don't. All right, that's the end of the video. I'll see you guys next week.
That's an 11 on awkward endings of the tech.